Welcome back, gang. Well, I was having a route around and I thought I'd have a sort out of all my leather crafting, sorry. It's a subject close to my heart, quite enjoy it, a bit of wood crafting as well, stuff like that, and it's quite closely connected to bushcraft with me as well. So I'll show you all the bits I've got that I do. I'm not a professional by any way you count it, but it can be quite fun and quite handy as well, and quite nice. Right, so when it comes down to it, really, I suppose the bare minimum you need are, you know, a few tools, knife, pen, scissors, you know, soft bit of leather if you're doing a bag, or something slightly more rigid if you're going to do yourself a sheath or something. You know, sewing kit and some decent twine, and you can make yourself little pouches and stuff like that. You might want to tie it up. So pretty simple really. But if you want to do a little bit more than that, you really need to start collecting a few more bits. I started off with these leather scraps. Now, you know, you can get them from eBay, Amazon, all sorts, 5, 10, 20 pounds. You take your chances with these, you get some nice bits, you get some rubbishy bits. I mean, I got one once, it was all like that, so I lucked out. I got another one, and even though I've cut a fair bit out of this, you know, I've got some beautiful soft leather. I could make pouches and all sorts out of that. Tinder pouches and, you know, everything. And then I moved on to buying off eBay 3 and 4 ounce sheets of like plain veg tan leather like this, which you can use dyes on, you know, different browns or blacks or whatever floats your boat, whatever colour you want, how many layers you put on. Gives you different darker colours, things like tan coat, help with preserving the leather and stuff like that. You get neat's foot oil. Sometimes when you dye it, it goes a bit stiff. It's, you know, a lot of saddlery stuff will help you as well, especially the neat's foot oil is good for leather. You know, and I polish it up as well because it's leather. Once it's done, it'll be quite nice. And I've got other bits like this. A mate of mine got it from abroad. I think they use it for making holsters and stuff for the local military or police forces. I've already made like an axe head cover out of it. So, you know, there's plenty of place you can get it. Shop around, do your research, and get leather crafting. You can also pick up things like Amazon, stuff like that. Very simple little leather crafting kits and bits and pieces. If you're finding yourself start getting into it, they come in little kits. You know, you get burnishing tools, which are quite nice. You use them when you're making stuff. Put a bit of water on the edge and you rub it and you smooth edges over, so you've got different thicknesses, different ways of doing it. Can be quite nice. Helps with the finish. You've got different awls and stuff to help you with sewing. You can see that there. Have a picking holes through, stuff like that. Other tools for running lines and edging. So you put that down and you adjust it and you can run a nice straight line down your leather. Other tools for putting in your sewing holes. Another one there. if that's the way you're going. When you're putting on different little brass or bronze effect, little studs or poppers and stuff like that, you know, you pick tools up like this. Well worth having. Hole puncher, putting holes through for all your different ties and your studs and your poppers and stuff like that. Or like, you know, a decent strong pair of scissors, nice ruler. If I'm mucking around with poppers and doing this, that and the other, I've got myself a nice pair of pliers, pen or a pencil for marking your designs, small knife, etc. And some other bits that are quite handy that my mate brought home, especially for doing like axe covers and stuff. There's an old bit of leather. You see that I've been practicing some of the dies and some of the bits and pieces. I'll show you in a minute. So yeah, you got all that, and you know, it doesn't cost a lot, and I've picked this up bit by bit over a couple of years. 5, 10, 15, 20 pound here and there. The leather, the tools, you know, the mat to work on. I had a fair few tools anyway. And you gradually get yourself a kit together. And as, you know, as long as you've got things like the leather and the dye and stuff like that, you can make stuff, which is really nice. So once you've got all that and you're making stuff and you decide what you're going to do, you're going to need to, you know, if you're making certain little pouches or sheaths for saws or knives, you're going to need decent, nice, strong, wax coated thread. Yet again, dirt cheap on eBay. I think these three came in a kit I got anyway, so you know, different colours, different amounts, really nice. Get your studs and poppers, 5 or 6 quid. If you like nice antique brass poppers on bracelets or on pouches and stuff like that, could be quite nice. If you want to do tie-offs or make leather jewellery, you've got different thicknesses and styles of leather cordage. You buy all sorts of beads, wooden beads. Hell, you can even make the beads yourself. You know, to make necklaces, bracelets, or decorate tie-offs for little pouches and bags and stuff like that. Another one there is quite a favourite. People ask me to make a necklace, little plastic shark's teeth. All sorts of stuff, smaller studs for decoration and just tidying stuff up. Same again, larger ones. We've got here eyelets. I'm going to put a brass ring when you've popped a hole out, just to make it look nice and neat. Different bracelet clips. Got like runic, Nordic, Viking-y sort of metal bead things. You can pick up bits of antler online, dirt cheap. I've got like a 2-point piece I've cut off. It's like £5–10, a couple of 3 years ago, still working with it. It can be nice to make handles and bone toggles and stuff like that. Dangler buckles to put on shoes. Other little necklace tie-offs. All sorts of stuff, all sorts of stuff. So there's plenty of cheap gear out there that you can collect and get yourself a nice little kit together to make handy stuff. Now here's a little bag with some of that really nice leather I made. Other bits that came in the kit. I've got different kinds of stamps and punches. You've got butterflies and just different patterns. Oh, yeah, a nice flowery one there. You know, you've got punches if you want to change the depth of the leather and you're sort of creating patterns. So all sorts, really nice. And also I've got in here, where are we? These are called Gouges, a couple of gouging tools. If you want to mark lines or patterns, they just take a very thin piece of leather off. You can do edging and stuff like that, you know, before you round the edges off and burnish them. Quite nice. That's what I use, one of the gouging tools, to make these rune markings. So they're very handy. You're doing long runs of stitching, you use these punches like little forks and you punch them in. I've got like a plastic mallet I use, so you can get nice straight pre-made sort of like dents and stuff for your stitching, not to eat with. So yeah, very handy. So I watched other people making stuff, and you want to do certain bits and pieces, so you figure out, you know, what you might need for what you want to do, and you just build your kit slowly but surely, and it enables you to do a myriad of stuff. You know, a nice little utility pouch there. I've done some nice decorative patterned bracelets there. There's one recently from another video that I made. I'll link it up there. It's an older bracelet I made. Little charm bracelets, everyone likes them. You know, necklaces, a proper little catch at the back. That's some more decorative items. You know, I made myself stitch this inside out and put some ties on it. A couple of nice toggles. Made myself a pellet stroke tinder pouch, which I'm quite pleased with. Yeah, again, some of this leather that come through, scrap leather, really pleased with it. Little toggle from a cookser, looks quite nice, helps me hang it off my bag and stuff. Little tobacco pouch, which I made on my lap when I was camping down in Wales, quite nice. And my most involved project so far, I mean, I made this separately. This is a dangler for the belt, and you can see one of my brass D rings there. But I made a case for my Barco Laplander. So, you know, it's not only decorative stuff, it's useful stuff as well. You know, this is probably my most complex piece to date, but it's really handy. Nice, good utility. Nice double stud there on a dangler buckle, all hand stitched and dyed. Yeah, fantastic. So that's what you can get out of it if you're looking at getting into stuff like this, for making handy stuff, useful stuff, decorative stuff, presents, gifts, etc. Half the kit you'll have lying around at home if you're hands-on anyway, but you just, you know, you get your leather bit by bit, and your beads, your studs, your cordage, all your other bits and pieces. You know, I have like an extended boot polishing kit because it's leather. You know, I polish, you know, I look after it, I polish it up, especially stuff like this. Absolutely fantastic. Give it a good polish up, and you slowly but surely get all your kit and your bits and pieces together so you can edge stuff properly and burnish it, finish it nicely with toggles, stitch it in nice straight lines, finish it with your studs. It's all relatively cheap, and before you know it, you'll have a nice little kit. And the only thing you really need to do, I find, is like every once in a while scan online for some decent cheap bits of leather that you'd like to use to make some bits and pieces, and there you go. You pick that up and you're good to go again. Especially, you know, come summer, I find, you know, people are after bracelets and necklaces. I've always got like beads and leather cordage, very easy to make, look really nice, so that normally goes down quite well. So yeah, fantastic, great little hobby. So there's all my bits and pieces. Like I said, it can be quite utilitarian and it can be quite decorative as well, so it's got many uses. Very enjoyable making stuff for myself and other people. So there you go, hope you enjoyed that little update. Thanks for watching. As always, hit the old like and subscribe, notification bell, all that la-di-da. Comments in the bottom if you want me to answer any questions. But yeah, if you're thinking about going for it, do it, go for it, bit by bit, and before you know it, you'll have a nice leather crafting kit and hours of fun indoors and outdoors, making some really nice stuff. Enjoy yourself, thanks for watching, see you soon.